Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? This is going to be my review of Monday Night Raw on July 15th, 2024. Let's get right into it. I'm going to shake things up a little bit too today. For the first part of the video, we're just going to talk about the Judgment Day, seeing as this was a very heavily influenced Judgment Day show. The first thing that happened with the Judgment Day was Rhea Ripley kicked off Raw. She kicked it right off. She came right out, said Mommy's home, Mommy's back. She's here. She's back. She's all healed up, ready to go. She said she was going to handle Dom. She said she wants her title back from Liv. Dom interrupted her, tried to say it wasn't what it looks like. Crowd kept booing him, wouldn't let him get a word off. Then Liv popped up on the Tron, and Liv says that she's the one that's on top now. So Rhea challenges Liv for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. So it's going to be Liv versus Rhea at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight title. Liv agreed to it, said, that's fine. I took everything from you. You're not going to take this from me. And Dom kept trying to apologize to Rhea, and Rhea wasn't having any of it, right? And then after that, we got a backstage segment with the Judgment Day where everyone was in their locker room except Dominic. It was Rhea talking to Damian Priest. They were talking about stuff. They were all friendly and everything else. Priest and Balor haven't talked in a minute, so that's kind of interesting. But Priest and Rhea were all friendly and everything else. Then Dom came in, tried to say he was sorry again, and Rhea wasn't having it. Rhea was not happy. She says that Dominic hasn't texted her or called her in 3 months. 3 months! Hasn't said anything to her. Didn't say a word. Then Jey Uso came around and said, hey, is Rhea single? Because I might want to hit up Rhea. This got Dom mad. Dom went to Pierce to make a match later on, Jey Uso versus Dominic Mysterio. That was later on. Right after that little segment, we had the Priest, Damian Priest versus face-to-face with Gunther. We had that segment that was advertised for this show. That happened next. Gunther told Priest that he isn't living up to the hype. Gunther said, you ain't nothing. Get out of here. I'm going to bring prestige and respect back to the title. Something you're not doing, Priest. Is what Gunther said. He also called Priest street trash. He called Priest straight street trash. That's a tongue twister. Try saying that 5 times. Priest told Gunther he has no heart and that at SummerSlam he's retaining his title. That was this match. That was that segment. And that led into Damian Priest versus Braun Strowman. Damian Priest versus Braun Strowman. Strowman ran into the barricade, hurt his knee. Priest worked over the knee for the rest of that match. And Priest hit Braun Strowman with the South of Heaven chokeslam. And Priest won that match. So far it's been a pretty decent night for the Judgment Day. And then even Gunther comes down and actually gets in Priest's face, and they start fighting, and Priest stands tall. Priest knocked Gunther out the ring, and he stood tall. Damian Priest's babyface turn is happening. It's already here. Priest stood tall at the end of that with Gunther on the outside, like not knowing what was going on. He wasn't happy, though, about any of it. After that, the next Judgment Day part of the show was Dominic versus Jey Uso. So they had their match, and Dominic was looking good early in that match. He was looking in control early in the match, right? And then Jey hit a comeback, had Dom set up for the splash, and then Liv Morgan comes down and pulls Dom out from under the splash. And Dom wants no part. Says, you got to get out of here. Says, you got to get out of here. I don't want you. Da-da-da-da. All this. Da-da-da. And then Jey Uso kicks Dom from behind. He falls on Liv. And And then they're all like that again. And then Rhea comes down, chases Liv off. And during all of this, Dom gets back in the ring. He gets speared by Jey Uso, and then Jey hits the splash. 1, 2, 3. Jey with the win. Mami is still not happy. But after the match, Dominic is walking in the back, and Rhea comes up to him, and she straight up says, "Listen, I'm nobody's, but Dominic, you're mine." So I guess all in all ends well for Rhea and Dom at the end of tonight. So far, I don't know how it's gonna go next week and what they're gonna do and everything else. But as of tonight, Rhea and Dom are still together. All is good with the Judgment Day, and they're actually becoming baby faces, which is kind of weird because there's like Damian Priest is becoming a baby face, Rhea Ripley's becoming a baby face, and Dominic will go with Rhea. He'll still be hated, but it'll be kind of like a funny baby face heel dynamic type thing, weird thing. I don't know. I think it'll work. But that was all of Judgment Day. So Judgment Day had a very big influence on this Monday Night Raw. Other than that, we had Sheamus versus Bronson Reed. It was a lot of meaty men slapping meat in this match. This was a good match. It ended up where Sheamus hit a knee for the win. And Reed was not happy after the match, so Reed went to attack Sheamus. But then Pete Dunne, out of nowhere, came and saved Sheamus, kicked Reed in the face. Sheamus was happy, so he went to go shake Pete Dunne's hand. Pete Dunne walked right by him and then attacked Sheamus from behind. Left Sheamus laying. Bronson Reed got on the top rope, hit the tsunami, and Sheamus was just laid laying. I don't know what happened there. I don't know why that happened with Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne, why? Why Pete Dunne? Why? But after that, we got a backstage segment with Zelina Vega where she was talking. Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler interrupt her. This ended up making a match for Zelina versus Sonya. And Sonya got the win in this match. It was her first win in over a year, the announcers said. And she won the match pretty easily after Shayna got involved and hurt Zelina's arm. After that, we got a women's tag team match with Katana Chance, Kaden Carter versus Shayna and Zoe. So this was a lot of them here in this part of the show. And then the Kaden Carter and Katana Chance did like the handstand move that they do off the top rope to the floor, which was a cool spot. But Shayna and Zoe ended up winning this match. Looks like their stable is being set for a nice big push, which will be good. It'll be good to see those three get some momentum, maybe the tag titles. Nothing with Sonya just because she's Sonya. She's a good manager, but nothing really crazy like that. I don't want to. But after that, we got Drew McIntyre return. Now, Drew McIntyre came out to the ring via Adam Pearce, who was already in the ring. Adam Pearce ended up telling Drew that CM Punk wants the match with Drew. He wants the match with Drew. The crowd wants the match with Punk and Drew. Only question is, how much does Drew want the match? Drew said he wants it more than anything else in the world. Then Adam Pearce said, "Drew, you have to apologize to the officials that you heard at Money in the Bank." Drew wasn't feeling it. He wasn't happy. He said no. He said no, pushed the officials down, got Adam Pearce's face, was ready to take him on. Then Seth Rollins came down out of nowhere. Came down, beat Drew up. Not really beat Drew up, but beat Drew back over the top rope. And Drew is still suspended now. Adam Pearce did not lift the suspension. Drew is still suspended and even more pissed off than normal. I don't know if we're getting a three-way between Punk, Rollins, and Drew. I don't think so. I think it's going to be Punk and Drew. Maybe at SummerSlam if Punk can get cleared, but definitely at Bad Blood and Hell in a Cell. I think that's definitely going to happen. And then maybe Punk and Rollins around Rumble time for the title, possibly. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe. But that's just my thoughts on that. After that, we had a Wyatt 6 video, and this is the Wyatt part of Monday Night Raw. Wide 6 video, Eric Rowan talking about losing Luke Harper or Brody Lee, whichever one you want to go by, and losing Bray. He said as soon as he started to get good after losing Brody or Luke, then Bray passed, and it just sent him down a spiral. He says that they are going to make art out of all the broken hearts. So get ready for destruction, because that's going to be a nuts thing Wide 6 do. And speaking of the Wide 6, Chad Gable came down to call out the Wide 6. Call out Bo Dallas, more specifically. He calls out Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas comes out. The Creeds. The Creeds are now with Chad Gable. And the Creeds jump Bo Dallas, beat him up down the ramp, bring him into the ring. They start beating him up the whole time Bo Dallas is laughing. Whole time Bo Dallas is laughing. He knows. He already knows. Lights go down. Piano. Ding, 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 ding. Rest of the Wide 6 comes out. Gable and the Creeds take off running. They don't want no part of it. Bo Dallas and the rest of the Wide 6 stand there and pose. And they're going to be pissed. They're going to be pissed. Chad Gable's going to die next week. It's just going to happen. He's going to be dead next week. It is what it is. And then we had our main event. Our main event was Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship tonight. Now, this match started off great, as any Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov match you would think would start off exactly how you would have thought. Dragunov countered the Haluva kick, Zayn countered the H-bomb, then Dragunov hit an H-bomb off the apron to the outside on Sami, which was crazy. Sami hit a Haluva kick off the ropes onto the floor. After Sami hit that Haluva kick, he went out to go get Dragunov, and this is when Braun Breaker came out and destroyed both of them. Braun Breaker came out, saw they were both on the side of the ring. His eyes went wide. He started running, coming around, speared the crap out of Dragunov, and then him and Sami started getting into a fight. They got into the ring. Breaker got Sami down with the backdrop. Then he hit a ginormous spear on him, and it was Braun Breaker standing tall to end Monday Night Raw. The Intercontinental Championship match, that was our main event, ended in a DQ. Braun Breaker standing tall over two lifeless bodies. That's how Monday Night Raw ended. That was Monday Night Raw. That was my review and some of my thoughts on Monday Night Raw. Thank you very much for watching this video. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.